I remember the foggy winter days I worked preparing raisin grape vineyards for the coming season's harvest. The vines were overrun with the past season's growth and needed pruning in order to produce good fruit. We would remove the suckers and the old and dead wood from the plant. We would then tie the new wood or vines to guide wires which were stretched between anchor posts. The vines were then fully exposed to the life-giving light of the sun and could produce plentiful fruit for the harvest. Likening the vines to ourselves, we must be willing to allow the Lord to prune those dispositions, attributes, and cares of the world which prevent us from becoming devoted disciples of Jesus Christ. The Savior is the Lord of the vineyard and does the pruning. The guideposts of the vineyard are the principles of the gospel. The guide wires are the scriptures and the words of the living prophets. The light which gives light to the vine is the Spirit of the Lord. By allowing this pruning process, we can more fully expose our lives to that life-giving light so that we can produce plentiful fruit for the harvest. My grandfather, Carl Hernandez Sr., immigrated to the United States from Mexico, and he settled in the Central Valley of California, where he worked as a grafter of fruit trees. Grafting is useful for many purposes, including providing trees with a strong root system which is resistant to drought, disease, decay, and poor soil conditions. Grafting also allows for an increased production of desirable fruit. As shown in this graphic, the rootstock, which consists of the roots and trunk of a tree, form the foundation for the graft. Like this tree, you have a strong rootstock. Your divine nature as a child of heavenly parents gives you the potential to become like them. In a grafted tree, branches from another tree or scions are attached to a strong established rootstock. You possess natural gifts, aptitudes, capacities, and talents which are part of your rootstock. We have also been commanded to earnestly seek after the best gifts as well as additional talents. Acquired gifts and talents are like the scions, which are attached to our rootstock. Increasing your spiritual gifts and talents will allow you to bear much fruit. I invite you to gain a knowledge of your unique natural gifts and talents and to diligently seek and acquire others. The integration of your spiritual gifts into the work you do in this life can both empower you and add joy in your service to others. Olives are harvested by carefully milking each olive from each branch of the tree. It is one of the most tedious and labor-intensive of all farm labor tasks. One thing I learned early in my picking experience is that olives off the tree don't exactly taste like the olives you eat out of the can. The fruit is hard and extremely bitter. Just in case you're tempted, this is not an item you want to add to your raw food diet. In order for an olive to become edible, it must be processed in a lye solution for several days in order to leach out the bitter taste. Like this process, the bitter challenges and chastenings of life, both large and small, require that we exercise patience, endure well, and trust in the Lord's ability to cleanse and purify us. The Apostle Paul taught, "Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, after it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness."
This BYU devotional address with Carl Hernandez was given on March 17, 2015.